Hi everyone, welcome back to Fit Mom Mia. Today we are going to make a quick and simple dinner. We'll be making stuffed peppers. So let's get ready to cook.
Hello, my name is Anaya. We are making stuffed peppers. Let's do this. Let's cook.
All right, yes, you heard her. So today we're making stuffed peppers. So I have my peppers here. They started to get a little bit soft. So I have 3. I have my pan that's covered in foil here. And then I also have some organic 93 /7 beef. It's 100% grass fed. It's 93% lean, and the 7 is the 7% fat. So this is perfect because if you are on a diet and want to be on a leaner side, you can have this beef. So we're going to first start off by cooking the beef. I have my pot back here, just like a little, like a frying pan or skillet, whatever that you have. Just put some olive oil at the bottom so that it doesn't stick. And we're going to cook this first. I also have some rice and beans that I made yesterday that I'm going to mix in with the ground beef just to make it more meaty inside of the peppers. So let's get started. Let's get cooking on beef here. So right now we are about to oil the pan here. I have the stove on medium heat. We're going to take our package of meat. I got this from BJ's, by the way, just in case you're wondering. They have some grass-fed beef. They have steaks and the ground beef. Not a lot of selection, but at least it's something. So we're going to pour this inside of the pan here. So we're going to put this beef in here. And let that cook. And while that's cooking, I'm going to start to cut the peppers. So let this sit. Okay, so we have the beef on the stove right here and that's cooking. So I'm about to prep the peppers. I already washed them. I have my pan ready. So what we're going to do is take the knife and you just go along the top here. Cut the top off. Okay, so it'll look like this. You'll have an opening right in the middle. Same thing. And for the seeds, honestly, eating the seeds of fruits and vegetables is actually good. But I'm not going to leave all of them in there. As you can see, I'm taking it out. But if there's some in there, leave it in. It's fine. Seeds are actually good for you. All right, so now we have our 3 peppers cut up. And once the meat is finished, we're going to start putting the meat into the peppers. Now, one thing that I like to do is because when you put the peppers inside of the oven like this, it's a little hard when it's done. So I actually like to boil the peppers first. So what I'm going to do is take a pot of water, boil it, put the peppers in to soften it just a little bit, and then put it on the pan with the meat mixture. So we have our meat cooking right here. And as you can see, it's still a little red, so we're going to keep it on the stove, keep it cooking. I use some adobo seasoning. This is actually the brand that I like. I like it a little bit better than some other brands. So this is what I'm using because it has the salt, the pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, all in it, the cumin and turmeric. It has all that in there. So I don't have to worry about getting a bunch of bottles of different things. So just going to mix that up. Wait until it's thoroughly cooked when you see all brown. I like my food cooked thoroughly. I don't know about you, but I do. So I have the pot of water over here boiling. So we're just going to wait until everything is finished. So right now I'm mixing in the rice. I just have a pot of white rice that I'm going to mix in with the hamburger, giving it some extra substance. You don't just want hamburger meat. I'm going to add in the beans as well. So again, like if you have leftover rice, you have leftover beans, leftover quinoa I did once when I filled this, those all work and is perfectly fine. So just mix this all up. Okay, good. So it's all mixed here. The next thing to add is some tomato sauce. So that's what we're going to add into this pot. And the water for the peppers still coming to a boil. So we're just going to wait on that. We're going to put the sauce in here for now. So as you can see, I put some sauce in here. This is what it looks like. It looks very gross, but it's not. I seasoned it again with some more adobo, and then I added some oregano to it. I also put the peppers inside of the water here, and I put them face down. I only am going to let it sit in here for maybe 2 minutes on each side just to soften it a little bit. I even turned the heat down. You just don't want it to be super crunchy when you take it out of the oven, because it just doesn't flow. You know, if the inside is soft with the meat and the meat mixture and stuff, you don't want a hard pepper. So you want it semi-soft, but with a little bit of a texture to it, but nothing too crazy. So we're just going to leave that there, let it sit, and then after we will take it out and turn it around so the other side will get cooked a little bit, and we will start filling the pepper up. All right, so I just turned over the pepper, so I'm cooking the other side. Right now, this part is a little bit softer, which is great. So when I go and put it into the oven, it will cook more, but it will also soften too. So that's why I said you don't want to leave it in the boiling water for too long, but you definitely want to soften it. So I'm just going to wait until this is finished, take it out, and put it in the pan and start putting in our filler here. Okay, so I just took the peppers off the stove. They're a little bit softer, as you can see here for me wiggling it a little bit. All right, so I'm just going to put it on the pan here. Now I could remove the pot. All right, so then you just start filling up the peppers with the meat mixture. Make sure you pack it in there. We have a lot of meat mixture, so just pack it right in. All right, so once that is nice and full, and as you can see here, it looks like that, then you can just go ahead and do the same thing with the other peppers. So just fill them up as well. Make sure you pack it in there. Doesn't have to be perfect, but just, you know, just fill it up. All right, so that one's pretty full. Now we're going to do the third one. And yes, the peppers are hot, so if you want to use tongs to hold it, you can. I'm just one of those people who just, you know, I'll just touch it. I don't know. But it is hot. So be careful. I want to try to use all the mixture in here because I'm not going to use it for anything else. So I'm going to try to really stuff it into this last pepper if possible. You don't want it to run over too much, but it's okay if it does spill over. Ah, perfect. Ended up using all of it. Spread it around like that. Okay, so we're done with that. Now, I have my 3 peppers in here. I am going to put this into the oven at 350 for roughly 10 minutes. Then what I'm going to do is take it out, and I'm going to put some cheese on top and broil it. So let's put this bad boy into the oven. All right, so I'm placing this into the oven here. Put it on a top rack. That's fine. And let that stay in there for about 10 minutes. And then we can take it out and then add some cheese on top. This is going to taste so good. It's a quick little dinner, especially if you have some leftover meat or like ground meat, rice, whatever. Just mix it all together. Don't waste food. I hate wasting. So mix it all together, and then you can create a masterpiece. This is going to taste so delicious. I can't wait to share this with you. Okay, so I just took out the stuffed pepper out of the oven. I'm going to put some cheese on top, put it back in the oven for about 2 minutes. I have the broiler on high, and this is just to melt the cheese to get it nice and crispy. I kind of like it that way. If you don't, then don't do this process. But that's how I do it, and I just cover the peppers with the cheese like so. It's going to be super good after it comes out of the oven. So just going to take this here and put it right on top of the rack so that cheese could get a nice brown color. All right, everyone, now look at this. This is so beautiful. All right, so I just took it out of the oven. It was in there for about, I think, 2 to 3 minutes on high broil, and look at that cheese. This is exactly what I was talking about. I wanted that crispy cheese there. So this looks so good. I am going to devour this food. Thank you everyone for joining me today on Fit Mom Mia. I'm glad you can make it. I am going to enjoy these stuffed peppers, which were awesome, and they look awesome, so I know that they're going to taste good as well. Thank you for coming on my channel. Be sure that you subscribed and turn on your notifications, like and share the video, and I will have more to come. Bye.